crafty friends, Colleen here. Just another little card to share with you today. I love this one. I was going through Pinterest and I come across this lady that said use up all your scraps, you know, like bits and pieces, like 1/4-inch strips that you've got. And I thought, oh, this looks interesting. So I went into her site and I had a look, and her name is, now I've written it down. Now I can't find it. That'd be typical, wouldn't it? Her name is, oh, here it is. Her name is Leanne Greff. I'll have that on my blog so that you could go in and have a look at hers. And she did some beautiful cards using just scraps that you have, you know, they're everywhere. You've cut something and you've got this tiny little strip and you think, oh, I should throw it, but then you think, oh, I can do something with it. Excuse me. Well, this is what I've done with what she had on her blog, and I loved it, and I thought I'd share it with you. She'd made 10 different cards, so she really is worth going over and having a look at. I just thought they were beautiful. So today I'm showing you this one. This is very similar in tones to the one that she made. Sometimes I like to copy what they've done if we have the same colour tones, and I really loved it. And then I thought, what if? So we have a book called For the Love of Colour. So here it is here, and it tells you all the colour combinations. So this one here is raspberry. So I've chosen, this is the one we're going to make today, raspberry, lagoon and peacock. So that was that inspiration for that one. This one here was for lagoon, which is this colour here, and it's lagoon, nectarine and canary. Do excuse me, and I love it. So that was that card. And then there was this one here, which was lemon, but I've used lemonade because lemon's now gone, and raspberry and bluebird. I mean, isn't that a stunning card? And then the next one I made, flipped over, I wanted something a little bit more subtle. So this one here is the flamingo, and that one's using flamingo, sangria and charcoal. So if you didn't want the dark grey, you could always put pewter in there. So I just think they're just lovely cards. This one here is canary, pewter and lagoon, but isn't it just so striking? So that's what I love about this. This book is just amazing. Like if you're doing, okay, this is, oh, we won't do gold rush because we don't have it. Saffron. We don't have saffron either. We've got Sundance, so I'll go back to here. Hang on. Wisteria. Let's have a squeeze one. Here we are. This is lemonade. So in the lemonade one, if I'd have chosen this, I could have gone lemonade, lilac and grape, and that would have been a beautiful colour. So that gives you 3 that can go together. Then you have 4, lemonade, sapphire, fern and pebble, which is fantastic. And then over here you get 5 colours, lemonade, Sundance, flamingo, lagoon and green apple. So it's a beautiful way of finding colours that really work and blend well together. And look, I recommend this to anybody. Get this book and you won't be sorry. Amanda, one of my team, who's in my team and a good friend of mine, this is her go-to book. She goes to this every time, and her cards are always so beautiful because she's gone through here and chosen the colours that all blend together. So it really is worth having something like this in your life. Like I said, it's just marvellous. So, you know, like you can just go to any page, it'll tell you the base colour, and then it'll tell you the colours that will blend really well with it. So I just love this book, and I'm going to be using it a lot more often. So now we will get started with our card. Now the 2 stamp sets I'm using today, this one here is called Doodle Florals, and I thought it was lovely, and I really like this flower. I haven't used anything else out of it yet, but I know I will, but this is the flower we're using today. And also the Happy Birthday to You. Now it's a double one, but what I'm going to show you is I'm going to stamp it and then cut it in half so that I can have the 2. I'll have 2, so whatever other card I plan on making, I'll just have that. Or you can cut a whole stack like I've got here and then just cut them up and have them ready to go on the front of a card. I mean, it's not rocket science, ladies. It's just a little bit of genius there. Not from me, but from other people who do it. So there, I'll put them in there so I know where they are. So what we are going to do with our card, and it is really simple, and I've also used, again, my favourite, the Cascading Dots embossing folder. It's a really great go-to, this one. I suggest if you haven't got a embossing folder with dots on it, get yourself one. You won't be sorry. Now, our cardstock is a real little gem because it's two colours. One colour is your dark side, and then, hang on, I'll grab a piece just so I can show you. So that's the dark side of Lagoon, and then the light side. So you can see it's got a real variation, but it gives you that ability to match something that you want on the same colour. That's what I love about it. So with this, now we've got our standard card, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4 inches. I've already embossed this panel, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I've cut out my flowers from the stamp set here with the dies that match. So I've cut out 3 of those, and I've cut those on the light side of the cardstock because I want them to be able to be seen. We'll stamp those in a minute. I've already, now this is 3/8 of an inch strip, and I've just stamped, there it is there, it's a long thin stamp, and I've just stamped that on, and then I'm just going to take my scissors and I've just stamped it in black ink. I'm not too worried about the little comma afterwards. There we are, so I've got 2 of those. So I'll put one aside, I'll put that in that case, and I'll just keep the one. We've got 3 silver gems, which come like that. So that's our silver glitter gems. Oh, I couldn't think of the name of the word. It's written in front of me. Do it, Freddie. Anyway, and then we've got our 3D foam dots we'll be using as well. So I've got 3 large and 3 small, and our strips measure, now I've cut them at 6 inches because that's what a 12-inch piece will give me once I trim it off, and I thought, oh, there's no point in cutting it down to the exact size. And I've cut 1 light, 1 dark of each. So as you can see, I'll just, there we are, and the same here. So I've got a dark and a light of each. So, and I've got just the 6. There we are, so we've got all those. Now the first thing we're going to do is on our piece here, we're going to lay it on here. And we're going to make a mark. Now if you want, you can use a ruler. And I had a devastating moment, I broke mine. And I was devastated, I'll tell you now. It was a bad day. My sister-in-law was standing there, and I said, oh my gosh. She said, what's wrong? I said, I've broken my ruler. So she said, quick, quick. So we got the sticky tape and we stuck it back together. Now on this side, we're coming up 1 inch. Okay? So that's just, it's going to be tricky on here. So I've just put a mark at 1 inch up. Now on this side, and this is going to be tricky too. I'll turn it to the side. And put this on. We're coming up at 2.5 inches, and just put a tiny little mark. It's not much, it's just a tiny little mark. You're actually going to cover these, so you won't even have to rub them out. They're just there as a guide for where you want to lay your first strip. After that, everything is super simple. Right, so we will get our, what are we going to get? I've forgotten now. Tape runner, do it, Freddie. Right, and our first piece, I'm going to lay my 2 dark ones down first. So, my 2 darker colours, I should say. And we're just going to put adhesive along that strip. And then where those 2 little marks are here and here, you're just going to cover that one, and then cover that one. And that is your first layer. then you'll go to the light side. So on mine I have to put adhesive on the dark. And you're just going to, shoot, come on, you can do it, you've done it before. Butt that up next to it. I don't know what I've got on here. Why is that not an attractive piece? I think my blade might be a bit blunt. I might have to get a new blade on. There we are. So then we're going to do our pink. So we'll do the dark and then the light. So dark side up. And then the light side up. And now we'll do the lagoon, dark side first. And the reason I can tell the dark from the light is where it's cut. It leaves a push down edge, so that I know is the back of the cardstock. And now this one, the light side. Isn't it effective, these colours together? That's what I really, really like about this. There we are. Then we're going to take our scissors, if I can pick these up. I'm going to get the big gun out. We're just going to trim off those excess. And put those in the bin. I don't need those anymore. And that's our card. I mean, look at that. Isn't that stunning? Just those colours together. Yep, that's the way around. Do it, Freddie. Not doing real good. All right. Let's put this onto the front of our card. So I just set that on. I mean, if you wanted to, you could 3D foam this on as well. Your choice. So that's on the front. Now I'm just going to stamp these. Got a little bit of foam here. It's just floating around the craft room. So we've got our flower. Now I've put these down with these fat lumpy bottoms. I call it its lumpy bottom because that's those two there. So on my block I've put that on with the line at the bottom so I know this is the bottom, these are the bottoms. So I thought that's what I do. And I'm just using normal black ink for this. I'll move them out the way for a minute. I don't want to get ink on them. Just line that up and stamp. Pop it off. Do our next one. Try not to get my head in. It's not always easy. And our last one. I always think by finding something on the thin cut that lines up with the, the block, find a point of reference, and then I know I'll always get it in the right spot every time. And there we go. So that, my dear ladies and gents, I'll just clean that, do excuse that. It does look scuzzy, but it still works a treat. Now we'll come back to here. Now I found that I like to choose the bottom colour, which is the dark one, on this card, and I'm going to adhere that straight flat. Now I do have a preference. I like it that way. Yep, that's it. So I'll put that there. And then our next colour is our middle colour, which is this one, and I'm going to put a bit of 3D foam on the back. Just a dot, doesn't need much. And that one is going to go, yep, just like that. And then this one here, I will 3D foam as well. I have to get it the way I like it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Put that one there. So that's my 3 flowers on. I'll take some little ones, and we'll take our little greeting, and I'll just put 3 of these across here. And then that will just sit. Oh, I've got my flower up too high. Oh, jingos. Just moving down a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. And just pop that up onto there, like so. Get rid of those bits. And then add our gems. Now I'm going to put the 3 large gems into the middle of the flower. And then the 3 small ones around the edge. But you can put them wherever you like. I just wanted mine to just be around the flowers. And there you have it. And if you like, you can take your shimmer pen, and I don't know if you can see it, but there I've shimmered the flowers on this one just to take it up another notch. But it's up to you whether you want to or not. But I'm just going to leave mine for a while. Because I've just used the black ink, I don't want to spread the ink onto there. So I need to wait till it dries properly. And there we have it. There is my version of Leanne's card. And I really love them, and I love all the colours. And using the For the Love of Colour has really given me a beautiful palette and a beautiful range of cards. So till next time, keep on crafting, and bye for now.